If you don't want to change, you can just say cancel. Okay, let me go to the channel again. Then system will ask you, do you want to save the changes? I'll say no. Okay, so then I'll go to the printer settings once again. Okay, so it is asking you which printer and how many copies to be printed. So this is getting determined again here. You can see number of copies and which printer queue. So if you make any changes here, in short, if you make any changes here and you try to create a next output, the system will take the values from here. Okay, now there are some other tables which may not be relevant to us. For example, email settings, email recipient. These are only applicable if you are using the print channel as a email. Instead of print, if you use email as a channel, then you need to come to the email settings, email recipients and all. Right, let's see this email settings. So you can see why email settings are not provided, because none of the output type is configured for the email. If you configure it for the email, then definitely from the technical team side also, they need to work on the email settings. They need to activate the automatic generation of the emails, right? And then you will be able to come here and you will be able to tell that if my output type is this, if my recipient is this, to which email ID that mail should be triggered. Okay, so you can even do this for testing. So you can say, okay, if I maybe let's try to do this thing. System is getting disconnected again and again. So what I'll do is I'll go to the channel and I'll make this change. So currently system is automatically determining the print, but I want to tell the system that for sales quotation, I want to go with email. So here I will go and I will go to context.
We'll do it for sales quotation change. Then we'll have 1-2 examples.
We can do that, but that is wrong, na? So you are sending first print and then this one, that is wrong. So it should be on the main document itself.
Both would be same. Okay, fine.
So what I'm trying to do here is this is fine. This is change. Let me click on this. Click on this. Yeah. So here you will be able to change it. So I want to change this to email. Okay. So now what will happen? For this particular sales quotation, system will be generating the email. So instead of printer settings, I need to tell the system the email settings. What I'll do is I'll go to the email now. In the email settings, I will first change this. And once you change it, there is an activate button also, which you need to click. I'll show you. So let me go to the email recipient, or even before that, let's go to the email settings. So you can see here, you can specify based on the output type, based on the role, based on the recipient, you have to enter the email address. Okay. So in order to update that, again, you have to click on edit so that you are able to see the plus button here. So what you can tell is if my output type is sales underscore quotation, you can select it from the list of values or you can write it, up to you. Okay, if my output type is sales underscore quotation, and if my recipient, in our case, who is the recipient, who is our vendor, sorry, who is our customer, this one. Okay, so I'll just enter this number here, that if this is my recipient, okay, then I want the email address. I will enter the email address here. So maybe I will write my okay, on this will only work if your email server is active, which is a technical task. If it is active in this system, then the email will be generated. Otherwise, system may not be able to generate the email. And then there are some standard templates for the email, like what should be the content in the email. So thank you for placing your order, or thank you, this please find the attached quotation. So there will be the standard template which would be available. So for quotation, let's see if there is a standard template available from SAP. Maybe I'll say star quotation star. email template to send the service quotation. I don't think this is related to sales, but just for the testing purpose, I'm using it and clicking on OK. Okay, so now this step is determined. Let's go to the next step. So first of all, I have to save this, or I have to activate this so that it takes place. You can see it is throwing the error because the template that we have used is not valid for sales quotation. So for each type of object, there is a specific template which is provided. So let's see what is, if there is any other template available here. I'll click on this and then again to F4. Let me try one thing. Okay, let's go down. If there is anything related to sales, this is MM, PP, SD. So billing document, preliminary billing document, sales document default template. Let's go ahead with this. You can see sales document default template. Okay, so I'm using sales document default template now. Click on OK and try to activate. Do you really want to change? I'll say yes. Okay, so this is applicable. This is the correct email template available for the sales documents. Now next one is email recipient settings. Okay, so when you are sending the email, again based on the output type, based on the role, based on the recipient, what is the email type code? Okay, so this is also, and from which email ID the mail will go. Okay, so that settings also you can do here. Now based on these settings, let me show you what will be happening here. Till the time system is not able to determine the entire output. Okay, let me try this once again. So I'm again going to VA21 and I will try to create a quotation, or maybe again I will try to copy instead of entering all these things. So I'll create with reference quotation and with reference to this quotation. Copy. So system has automatically copied. If I go to extras and go to output, header and edit, it is still showing print. Maybe I need to come out completely. Okay, let me completely come out of this and let me also close this once I'm done. So maybe I'll maintain this last setting also, which is related to email recipient. I will just enter the details by going into the edit mode. If I edit, then only this plus sign will appear. So my output type is sales underscore quotation. Okay. This is my output type, role, recipient. I don't want to provide email type code. Let's see what are the different values available. So to BCC, to whom you want to send. So I want to send to 2, and again my email address again is gaurav@gmail.com. Okay, so this has completed now the email settings also. Whatever settings are required related to emails, those are also done. If the email setting is already, as I told you, if the email settings are already in place in the system, then only the email will be generated. Otherwise, at least the system should be able to determine the output. Okay, once you completed all these things, you can just come out of the screen. You can just ensure that this is activated. Let me try once again. I want to activate, yes, and then you just close it. Okay, and then you start from the beginning. VA21, create with reference, quotation, this one, copy. I think, let me just verify. If I go to OPD, okay, it will open the same screen and I can just copy it to the web browser, to the Google Chrome browser. Okay, I'm just verifying all the steps are properly done or not. So first is my sales document. Within the sales document, the first thing is output type. So if my Document category is B. System will go with sales underscore quotation. So first step is fine. What is my second step? Second step is receiver. So receiver is AG. I think this is also fine. Let's talk about the channel. So in the channel, just ensure that for sales underscore quotation, your channel is email. Okay, this seems fine now. So now let's try to go ahead and create a quotation. So extras, output, header, and edit. It is still showing print, something wrong. Let's try to log off and log in because it takes some time to update in the background. So VA21, our sales quotation type. This is our quotation. Okay, let's go to extras, output type, header, and edit. This is something wrong. Quotation, RECH, sales quotation, AG, this is all fine, but it should be able to determine the email instead of print.
Does the status of quotation matters because it is in processing?
No, even in processing, it should show the correct one. Exclusive indicator is fine. So sales I don't underscore quotation. Okay, let me change this also. Otherwise, I don't think this requires a change, but just to ensure, or maybe let's try to save it first. Create the quotation. So back and try to save it. Let me enter this details quotation valid to. Okay, and try to save it. So let me open this quotation, extras, output, header, and edit. Now it is showing print only. Form is okay. If my output type is sales underscore quotation, I'm telling the system to generate an email. Let's say start simulation. So this is a simulation where system will tell you based on the settings that you have made what system will propose. So I'm telling if my output type is sales underscore quotation, I want to see what system will propose. So if I click on execute, see system is proposing email. This should be fine. Seventh result. You can see line number 7 is matching. If you see this line number 7, this is where we have entered the email. The only thing is this settings, I think they are not updated in the background till now. So activate, yes, it should be updated automatically. It doesn't take this much time. Normally, whenever you make any change, even in OPD, even the system will tell you that the output is compiling. Here, even that is not coming. System is even not saying that the output is